guys, Dave in Texas here, and what you're looking at is a nice little Squire Bullet single pickup on the bridge. Yeah, I got a string missing. Anyway, wow, there's a different spring on this one too. The guy brought this in and wants me to set it up and put some new strings on, which it definitely needs. Well, it doesn't need them, but he's busted these strings, so I might as well go ahead and replace those and go from there. So first things first, detune it a little bit and cut these strings off, because I never keep these things, even if they're brand new. If they're somebody else's, so definitely don't do that. So I'm going to detune it and pop these strings. So don't cause any problems here. Alright. Always cut them around on the 12th. And off they go. No more problems with those. Alright, now get them out of the back of this. And I'm pretty sure he didn't know he had his saddles upside down on this thing. That's bizarre. But they're so messed up anyway, it doesn't make any difference. I think he just got this thing, maybe on eBay or somebody sent it to him the way it looks. But the saddles are upside down, gotta change that. I set this thing up properly and get these guitars back to him. Now, also, he's the guy that had the guitar with all the wax on it. That was his guitar too. And I want to put new tuners on. It took forever to do because they were so hard to do. I don't know if I'm going to recommend those again, but they are good tuners, excellent tuners. So let's go one by one, get these old strings off, get them wrapped into a ball, get them in the trash so they don't poke nobody. I don't know about you guys, but if you're working in a shop around guitars, you definitely don't want to shove your hand down into any trash can in a guitar shop. Even your foot's a bad idea. You gotta shove something down, get something huge to use to push it down with, or better yet, just don't do it at all. Just empty the damn thing. Alrighty, that's all nice and safe again. The trash and rash. Okay, yeah. Alright, now first step, you know what I do? I get out the old oil, linseed oil, and oil up this neck. And this one's going to get a polish job on the frets. They need it. And they're getting to a point, maybe in a year or so, it's going to need a recrown on these. But not yet. They don't need it yet. And I never tell people to jump the gun on that kind of stuff, because you want to get as much out of it as you can. It's not cheap to refret. It's not cheap to recrown either. But, you know, if you have an interest, I'm doing half-price recrowns right now, half-price refrets for the video I get out of them, so I can show other people how to do them too. All the different makes and models. Just about any of the work I'm doing right now is all half-price. And to get all these nice guitars in here so quickly, I'm giving away free setups, which you'll see what it all includes right here with this one, because this is only a setup. Just one free setup. Now, I'm going to go ahead and clean up the body first on this one. We came in a little dirty. Let's go ahead and get this cleaned up a bit. This is Nomad. It's a spray cleaner. Works real well. You may have to go this 2 or 3 times. It's got some wax, I think, on it. Got some spritz on it. Schmutz. but it's cleaner than the one he had before this one. There's no wax on this one. I think this is his favorite. We'll get it all cleaned up, fixed up, and running. And we'll show you how quick we can do a simple setup, even with this bridge like it is. And these take longer than you know, a tune-o-matic or a roller, because those you don't have to adjust at 12 different locations, you know, with those Allens like they are. Alright, so that's nice and cleaned up. Let's do this. Let's listen to it on the inside, make sure there's no issues real quick. As well as check that truss rod. Well, we got a loose tuner. That's a. I'm sorry. We have a loose jack. That's a problem. It sounds like it's working pretty well. Turn the volume all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Ah, it's working. Okay, so that all works. It's just got a loose jack. I'll have to get in there and tighten that up with my little tool I use. I got a little special tool just for doing that. Isn't that slick? But it keeps the internal part of the jack from moving about and pulling the wires loose. Alright, well, next step in this is to switch this guitar around and go over it with a fret eraser and do some erasing. So I got the eraser I'm going to use. It's a StewMac fret eraser. And what it does, it cleans off these frets from that years of dirt and sediment, all kinds of nasty crud. Polishes them up really nicely, makes them look really good compared to what they came out as or what they are right now. It also helps to take away some of that shading that the cowboy chords leave. It doesn't get them out, it just takes away that darkness to them. Makes them nice and shiny. Again, like that. Isn't that nice? Of course, you still see the cowboy chords, the indentions of the cowboy chords, what they leave behind, but you don't see that dark dirt type of stuff that gathers in those. And this just takes a little bit of effort to do this. And it's so much well worth the trouble. That is nice and shiny again. Yeah, I bet you like that guitar. Alright, this guitar is shiny again. Next step is to check that truss rod one more time, check that relief. I did it when we brought it in here. It's not on camera. I think I recommended do it a little bit more relief than it had. So I think it had 0 relief on it, but I can't remember. I see too many guitars. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Sorry guys, when I gotta lift this up. No, that's good. That's good relief on this. It's perfect. I'll check it again once I string it up, just to make sure. And I always do that for sure as well. I check that relief once I finish stringing it up, ready to hand it back to the customer, back to its owner. Alright, David, come on, quit hitting the camera. Now we're going to show you how we string it up and how we drop things too. Okay, he wanted, I think, 10s on this one as well. He wanted 10s on the other one, so it just makes sense that he wanted 10s on these. Hang in there guys while I get some strings out for this one. Okay, here's what we're going with. Some D'Addario 10s like he wanted. And let's make sure to plug the camera back in where it goes dead. I'll tell you guys, this camera has gone through some stuff. Okay, a little cutter Alright, scoot back. Let's don't scoot back. Wow. Okay. Scoot the bench back. Come in like that. Now I'll zoom in a bit so you don't just see my crotch. Okay. Here's my crotch. Sorry, guys. That was my honey saying, don't just sit there and show your crotch. It's awful. It looks like you're trying to show off. Honey, I'm trying to show off. I tell everybody I wear a size 16.5 double D. Which I do. Somebody want to give me some new shoes for a present? Knock yourself out. Try to find them. I can't. I've got to order those things specially. And man, are they expensive. There we go. Now we got it. So, first things first, let's get it in that post. And on these, I take them about a little bit past the next tuner on the fenders. Okay. I get them straight with the guitar, and I take them about a little bit, what the heck? Oh yeah. I take them a little past the next tuner, not much. And I counter wrap them, just like this, over the top. And I keep those other strings below it. The windings are going below. And hit it with my little gun. Try to keep that down like this. And I gotta keep my finger close to it on these E's to get that first bend to go and not pull the string right back out. But see, that's about 2 wraps right there, and that way this player can, you know, drop his tune down to a, you know, drop D or whatever. Okay, on the saddle, into the nut. One more twist. And we're just about finished with this setup as far as the string is concerned, until it's time to check everything again. And I think this is going to call it a day, guys. Once we get this last string on here, I'm going to shut the shop down, go get a bite to eat, watch a little TV, and relax, and call it a night. I think I'm going to go in there and watch It with my better half. That movie called It. I think that's what we're doing tonight, watching It. The spook movie by, what's his face? I'm such a fan, what's his face? Anyway, it's the movie It. It's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be scary. You know, more than most of the scary movies out right now. It's supposed to be better than them. So we'll see. Alright, let's just do a little bit by hand. Alright, well, there she goes, guys. She's all strung up. I've left the whiskers on it so that any internal problems, we'll figure that out later on. And I'll be back with you later tomorrow It'll be just a few seconds for you, but tomorrow I'll be back and finish this off. Okay guys, we're back on Squier Bullet again, trying to get it finished up. It's just a straightforward setup on this guitar. Nothing special about it. Got the strings on it, it's working. I need to intonate it first, and let the strings stretch those out here in a minute, and get back to it. So hang in there guys while I finish off this little Squier Bullet. Okay, well here it is, it's tuned up. It's intonated. Whoopsie. It's working fine guys. So one more down on the setup. I'll finish up by cleaning it up with a nice clean polish and let the guy know both of his guitars are ready to pick up. So any questions, give me a holler. Dave in Texas. Bye. Hi guys, Dave in Texas here, and what you're looking at is a nice little Ibanez. You know, it's a real nice little rocking guitar. It's an RG series, pretty nice. It's got nice pickups in it, but it's got some problems with it, and we're going to set it up for this guy and get it all cleaned up and polished up first. Get all that schmutz off there, but I want to check and see what it sounds like just to be safe. Make sure there's no issues going on with it. Just get a couple of clack sounds. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's set up. Okay, it's working right. His other one had a lot of trouble with scratchy pots and a scratchy 5-way on his little Bullet. But this one seems to be just fine. There's no problems with it. But anyway, I'm going to show you some stuff. I can find it. And I'm recommending this from now on. I've checked into it and I've come to conclude that this is a much better product to use on scratchy pots and contact problems. It's Deoxit D100. It's expensive, but actually is better than using that spray that has all kinds of fluorocarbons in it that just kind of helps add to the problem. It may clear it up for a little while, but then again, you may get them right back again, the same issues you had before. So that's something to think about. Now on this guitar, we're going to go through, turn everything off first. And it does have a loose jack on it, so we'll have to get that taken care of before it goes out the door. The jack plug nut is loose. So, oh, we're running out of paper towels. Well, that's a crime in my shop. Okay, let's get that spray in here, as well as the linseed oil. We'll do the neck up. Now when it first came in a little bit ago, we had to put this on the neck because the strings are off. We can't even see that. Where are you here? Good grief. Alright, we put this on there, on his neck. It's linseed oil, and we're going to use this just to clean his guitar off with, and go from there. Alright, so we have a nice clean guitar to work with. Because when it's day, you know, today you got all kinds of germs that float around, and you don't want to pick something up off somebody's guitar, you know, like sneeze on it or whatever. So we're just going to keep it away from the pickups and just spray it down with the Nomad, which is safe to use. And we're going to use the linseed oil on the neck. Excellent product for the neck. Again, one more time. Don't use lemon oil on your neck. It's got acidic acid in that, citric acid in that lemon oil, and it eats wood fiber up, you know, or can if you use too much of it. I've already checked the relief on this guitar. It's got plenty of relief. May have to take some of it off, but truss rod does work on it, so we know that for a positive fact. And we'll let that sit on there for a little while and come back and rub off the excess. In the meantime, we go ahead and clean off this Nomad polish. You get all that hand schmutz off there. Some of it I think's mine, but I think mostly it's theirs. There's a guy who owns this guitar. And sometimes if it, has a lot more work done to it, I take this bridge off here and get in there and really clean that thing up too. But this is just a setup, and I don't want to disassemble this guitar and find any problems or create any problems. You can always do that too when you're doing a setup. You're not careful. You don't want to add to any problems that are not, very visible. Like you end up finding a bad three-way switch, something like that. It's like, oops. And his pickups are way down deep inside the cavity, so I know those are too low, so I have to raise those up as well. And he wants a set of 10s on here, which we can, readily, provide to him. But for him, we got nice clean body now. We're going to wait for that board to clean up. We're going to clean up the headstock and go from there. So hang in there, guys. While this linseed oil does its job. Well, what I thought was originally scallop marks on the fretboard, guys, it turns out to be human dirt. I'm going to take some watered down Windex and let it sit on there for a minute and see if I can't get this off of this without using any alcohol. And then I have to put a water alcohol mix in to get this stuff off here. It is on that hard and that thick. It's just amazing. You can scratch it off with your fingernails, which I don't intend to do. I just want to get this stuff off here, then re-oil this board. There it comes off. See that? Wow. That is amazing. That is just so thick on there and hard. I just thought really that was scallops. So whoever's playing this guitar needs to wash their hands a lot. Otherwise they're going to pick up a cold or a germ from these guitars. And it looks like most of that stuff's coming off. Look at that. Most of it's coming off there. I've already oiled this board, so it is protected underneath, or it has to be protected. I'll put some more linseed oil on it when I finish getting all this gook off here. That is amazing. Look at that. Not as bad up the fretboard, but wow. Down on the cowboy chords, it was just thick. Alright, I can't see any more of it on there. I think it's all gone now. That Windex just blow up, dry away. And immediately I'm going to put on some linseed oil to put the moisture back in that I took out with that Windex. So hang in there, guys, while I do this thing up again. Let it soak up the linseed oil for protection. Okay, so we got the guitar cleaned up a bit. We got the headstock, and I'll wipe it down one more time. As well as we've got we got to adjust these tuners just a little bit as well. But got a little dust on the headstock for right now. And we also have to string this baby back up again, right? And adjust this truss rod as well as adjust the bridge. So we'll get in there and do that here in a little bit. So hang in there, guys. These we're going to put on here, brand new. I just got these today. D'Addaria's number 10s. So nice new springs on this guitar, make it sound a lot better. And let's get those out and whip those around a bit. Hang in there. Okay, well, we're set up to do this now is just get in here and put these strings back on it and start working on the setup. And I'm going to stretch this up to the next post, about a little bit past, bring it back, wrap it around once, pull it tight, and go from there and start twisting this thing with my little, whoopsie, my little tightener. It's still working after all it's been through. It's been doing a lot of setups, guys, a lot of string work. But anyway, by doing it that way, you get about 2 wraps around, just like that, on your strings by going up to the next shaft, okay? And then we'll cut that away. I'm going to do that now, so it'll be out of my way. And I'll leave it up on there, or if he decides he wants to cut it, you know, shorter, that he'd be more than willing, you know, or I can do that for him later. But in the meantime, I'll leave them long, because some people like them long. It just depends, right? Right. Okay, now, somebody that came in the shop was asking me about the channel I've got, and what does it really take to do that kind of stuff? I said, well, you gotta be really used to talking to yourself a lot, like you're half crazy. Because you can't just stop and not say anything, because people get bored and switch the channel, or tell you, hey, say something, you're boring us to tears. You know, are you still alive? But I'm setting this up to have it come in straight like I always do. That gives me a good chance at measuring it. All right, pull it tight on the bottom. Bring it just a little past the next shaft. Bring it back. Do that little wrap. Pull it tight. Hold it tight. And start the twisting. And you gotta hold them down to make sure that it doesn't overlap the top. You want it all on the bottom. Pushing the one up to the top above it. And we're just about there on 2 laps. And there we go. Pretty simple to do. Pretty simple. Okay, I'm gonna cut that again. Cut it a little bit long so that he can make up his mind how he wants it done. Get this thing out of the way. Next ones. I hate working with E-strings. I've had a phobia about them since I was a kid. About breaking that last string you put on there. Okay. Now let's get that spindle around where it belongs. Where is you? There you are. Well, come on, baby. There it goes. Alrighty. So, this E string, will back that off just a little bit less than the one before, the B. Poke myself a couple of times with it. It's about winding it up. There, baby. Now, sometimes I gotta do this by hand. They're just so flippy. But once I get that circle done, that first turn on it, I pretty much got it. I captured it. Now I got it. Alrighty. There she is. Alright. So, all 6 are strung up. Turn my little tool off. Get rid of those extra strings. Cut this one free. Alright. And there you have it. A completely out of tune Ibanez. But we'll get it in tune. We'll stretch these strings out for it and let you hear what it sounds like, as well as let him play it when he gets back to pick it up. What I can do is get my gauges out and check the height of those pickups. I know they're too low. Just looking at them, I know they're too low. That means they're way too low if I can see them. Alright, let's see what we got here. And the way you do that, guys, you take your brass gauge, okay? You finger the last fret and you're supposed to get it underneath the string. Can you see that? No, you can't. Hold on there. Alright, the way you test the height of the pickup, you put your finger on that last fret, you take your brass gauge, right, and you put it underneath there, and it should just barely go under there without touching. Well, it should, you know, just barely lift it up or just touch it. Just come in contact with it, which means that's way, way too low. See the other side. Same thing, both are too low. Go to the other size, smaller size for these smaller strings. Fret that as well. And it's just way too low, guys. And what happens is when you do that, you just bury your tone inside your guitar, which you really don't want to do unless you've got a problem trying to adjust it. And that happens. You know, some people just either have a bad setup on their guitar, or they got issues with springs in the inside, or you know, parts could be an issue too. Let's see what's going on with this guitar. It's got to come way, way up. Way, way up. I may not be there yet. Alright, those are level. Let's check that and then we'll start counting the turns we make. Okay, so first we start off with the biggest. Or the bass E. Okay, let's get my hands free. And put that under there. That's still too low. I want to just barely get under there and just kind of touch that top string. Touch the bottom of that string above it. And there we are. Okay, so there we are. That's perfectly lined up on that one. You see that? Yes, you can. Let's go to that next side and check it. And we're just way too low there too. So that's got to still come up a lot. Where is we? There we are. Okay, so this pickup has been adjusted properly to this guitar. Alright, that front pickup. Let's go to the back pickup. Fret that last fret. Bring it in there. We're low, so let's go up. About that much. This side's got to come up more. Alright, let's try it again. Perfect, it's just touching it. So, that side's been done right. Like I said, you rob yourself of tone when you do your pickups wrong. And this one's got to come up even more. Get it right. Let's see. Oh, a little bit more. Jesus. Try it now. Alright, that's touching. Okay, that's touching. So, we adjusted his pickups. Yay. Okay. We cleaned his fretboard up. We already cleaned up his frets. Got those polished up as nice as they're going to be. We've got everything working on it except for the tuning and the intonation. And we got what those strings to stretch. So, hang in there, guys. We're going to keep tuning it till we get it in tune and be back with you. Okay, well, we got it in a rough tune right now. I want to go back one more time and check the, you can't see that. I want to check the action on this. It's all, and that's 4 64s, and that's 3 64s. So we're there. Okay, that's just perfect on the action of this guitar. The relief, I already checked that. That's fine. There's no fret buzz, so nothing needs to be done to it. But get it intonated, get the rest of it cleaned up, and get it into his hands. So again, we're gonna cut away while we tune this thing up. Let it stretch some more, and get back with you. Okay, well, that's had enough time to stretch do its thing, but we got one little problem, guys. We got the A string is flat. So, okay, so here we have it, guys. It's all fixed up and set up. Let's hear it sound, right? That's on the front. Let's put it on both. Nice. It's on the back. Nice guitar, guys. Nice guitar. Nice little rocker. So, another one set up perfectly, and I think you'll enjoy this. We'll finish polishing up and set it up for him. I actually set it in the stocks for him, so come pick it up. So, any questions, give me a holler. Dave in Texas. Bye. Okay, guys, here we are. We got the Squier Bullet set up and ready to rock and roll. Introduce yourself, bud.
Hi, my name is Lucas Walters, and
let's hear you play, Lucas. Do your thing.
okay.
Cool. You know, I was monkeying with it earlier before you came in, so that's out of tune right now.
Yeah. Wait. Let's see.
To reach it. Anyway, take your time, enjoy yourself. Okay, guys, now we got the Fender Squier P bass, and we're going to hear some music from him again. So introduce yourself again.
Hi, my name is Lucas, and I am an intermediate bass player.
How old are you, Lucas?
I'm 13 years old.
13, and where do you go to school?
Not Ditto. Young junior high.
Cool. Anyway, go ahead and play, bud.
Okay.
Cool, cool. Dude, how long have you been playing?
I've played double bass since the 5th grade. And I've not started to play guitar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You must
5th
back?
grade? What?
5th grade?
Yeah.
Cool. Now, what music do you like the best? What's the best? What band do you like the best?
My favorite band is 21 Pilots.
Cool,
Which is
cool.
like,
So, what type of music you like the most to play?
pop. Probably.
Pop music? All right. Well, listen, I hope you enjoy those. We set them up for you. Like them?
Mm-hmm.
Feel pretty good? All right. All right, guys. Any questions, give me a holler. Dave in Texas. Bye.